Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, as reported at Legacy.com the second week of July 2023. Legacy.com is where you can find any obituary or publish an obituary in any newspaper in America and beyond. Basketball player Nikki McCray-Penson died July 7, 2023, of complications from breast cancer at the age of 51. She won 2 Olympic gold medals as a member of the U.S. women's basketball team in 1996 and 2000. McCray-Penson is also being remembered as a member of the Washington Mystics from their debut year, as well as a player on other WNBA teams and a college coach. Actor Jeffrey Carlson died July 6, 2023, at the age of 48. He played a groundbreaking role on All My Children in 2006 as one of the earliest transgender characters on daytime TV. Carlson is also being remembered for his work on stage, including his portrayal of Hamlet and his starring role in Taboo on Broadway. A note to remember, sometimes personal information, such as someone's cause of death, is not announced immediately or publicly at all by their family or the authorities. Every family has a right to their privacy. Actress Margia Dean died June 23, 2023, at her home in Rancho Cucamonga, California, at the age of 101. She was a star of the first of the cult favorite Hammer horror films, The Quatermass Experiment. Dean is also being remembered for such movies as Ambush at Cimarron Pass, The Big Show, and Red Desert. Football player Johnie Cooks died July 6, 2023, after a long illness at the age of 64. He was a legend of the Mississippi State Bulldogs, inducted into their Hall of Fame. Cooks is also being remembered for his NFL career, which included victory at Super Bowl 25 with the New York Giants. Pianist Peter Nero died July 6, 2023, in Eustis, Florida. He died of natural causes at the age of 89. He was known for his prolific performing and recording career, interpreting popular songs for piano. Nero is also being remembered as the longtime conductor of Philly Pops. Actress Betta St. died June 23, 2023, at an assisted living facility in Brighton, England. She died of natural causes at the age of 93. She starred in such movies as Dreamwife, The Robe, and High Tide at Noon. St. John is also being remembered for her Broadway career. She originated the role of Liat in South Pacific. The Reverend Steve Pieters died July 8, 2023, in Los Angeles. He died of an infection at the age of 70. He was a longtime HIV/AIDS activist, as well as one of the longest surviving people to have fought AIDS. He was diagnosed more than 40 years ago. Pieters is being remembered for his groundbreaking 1985 interview with evangelist Tammy Faye Baker, which helped humanize people with AIDS for a wide audience. Pro surfer Mikala Jones died July 9, 2023, in Indonesia. He died after a surfing accident at the age of 44. He was known for his stunning first-person videos taken while riding inside breaking waves. Jones is being remembered as one of surfing's greats who inspired others with his intense videography. Restaurateur Dorothy Zehnder died July 9, 2023, at her home in Frankenmuth, Michigan. She died of natural causes at the age of 101. She was the longtime matriarch of the popular Bavarian Inn restaurant in the tourist destination of Frankenmuth. She oversaw the kitchen for more than 70 years. Zehnder is being remembered for developing beloved restaurant recipes, which she shared in cookbooks she wrote. Author Milan Kundera died July 11, 2023 in Paris. He died after a long illness at the age of 94. He was an award-winning author from Czechoslovakia who wrote the novel The Unbearable Lightness of Being, which was adapted into an Oscar-nominated film. Kundera is being remembered for his imaginative, philosophical writing style. Author Mary Ann Hoberman died July 7, 2023 at her home in Greenwich, Connecticut. She died after a long illness at the age of 92. A writer of poetry and other books for children, she won a National Book Award for her 1978 book, A House is a House for Me. Hoberman is being remembered for such books as The 7 Silly Eaters, Whose Garden Is It?, and the You Read to Me, I'll Read to You series. Screenwriter and producer Manny Coto died July 9, 2023 in Pasadena, California. He died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 62. He was a writer, producer, and showrunner for Star Trek Enterprise, beloved by fans for his fresh approach to storytelling. Coto is also being remembered for his work on such TV shows as 24, American Horror Story, and Dexter. Actor Jimmy Weldon died July 6, 2023 in Paso Robles, California at the age of 99. He was the voice of the Hanna-Barbera character Yakky Doodle, as well as Solomon Grundy on Challenge of the Super Friends and other cartoon voices. He is also being remembered as the puppeteer of the Webster Webfoot show and an actor on shows like Dallas, The Waltons, and Different Strokes. Weldon was a U.S. Army veteran of World War II, where he was part of the company that liberated the Buchenwald concentration camp in 1945. Animator Randy Fullmer died July 10, 2023 after fighting cancer at the age of 73. He was a Disney animator who worked on such films as Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Little Mermaid, and The Emperor's New Groove. Fullmer is also being remembered as the founder of Win Guitars, where he handcrafted bass guitars. Reality TV star Dakota Fred Hurt died July 11, 2023 of brain cancer at the age of 80. He was a gold prospector who starred on the Discovery shows Gold Rush and Gold Rush Whitewater. Hurt is being remembered for his grit and determination as he searched for gold, as well as for his humor on the show. Actress Andrea Evans died July 9, 2023 at her home in Pasadena, California. She died after fighting breast cancer at the age of 66. She starred on One Life to Live as the fan favorite Tina Lord in the 1970s and 80s. Evans is also being remembered for soap opera roles on Passions, The Young and the Restless, and The Bold and the Beautiful. On July 8, 2023, 6 people were killed when a small plane crashed near Murrieta in Southern California. Their names are Lindsay Gleish, Reese Lenders, Alma Razik, Ibrahim Razik, Abigail Tellez Vargas, Manuel Vargas Regalado. On July 11, 2023, 3 people were killed when a Greyhound bus collided with 3 other vehicles in Highland, Illinois, near St. Louis. As of this recording, their names have not yet been released to the public. In addition to featuring current deaths in the news, Legacy.com also honors the lives and legacies of notable people who died in the past. Here are some of this week's anniversaries. 3 years ago this week, actress Kelly Preston died at the age of 57. The wife of actor John Travolta, she starred in movies like Jerry Maguire, Twins, and Sky High. 5 years ago this week, actor and singer Tab Hunter died at the age of 86. He was a 1950s and 60s heartthrob, known for such movies as Damn Yankees and Battle Cry, as well as for his hit single Young Love. 8 years ago this week, actor Omar Sharif died at the age of 83. His classic films included Lawrence of Arabia, Dr. Zhivago, and Funny Girl. 12 years ago this week, First Lady Betty Ford died at the age of 93. She used her own experiences to help raise awareness of both breast cancer and addiction, co-founding the famous substance abuse treatment center that bears her name. 19 years ago this week, actress Isabel Sanford died at the age of 86. She was a sitcom icon and an Emmy Award winner for her performance as Wheezy Jefferson on All in the Family and The Jeffersons. 30 years ago this week, race car driver Davey Allison died at the age of 32. He won the 1992 Daytona 500 and is considered one of NASCAR's greatest drivers despite his too short career. 50 years ago this week, actor Lon Chaney Jr. died at the age of 67. He was a horror movie icon known for playing the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, the Mummy, and other classic characters. 56 years ago this week, actress Vivien Leigh died at the age of 53. She won Academy Awards for her performances as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind and Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire. Actor and comedian Charlie Murphy was born 64 years ago this week. He died in 2017 at the age of 57. The older brother of comedian Eddie Murphy, he was known for his performances on Chappelle's Show. Musician Christine McVie was born 80 years ago this week. She died in 2022 at the age of 79. The keyboardist and co-lead vocalist of Fleetwood Mac, she wrote hits for the band including Don't Stop and Everywhere. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags in New Jersey have been lowered to honor the memory of firefighters Augusto Augie Akabu and Wayne Brooks Jr., who died in the line of duty. Flags in South Carolina have been lowered to honor the memory of State Representative, Charleston County Council member, and Mayor of the town of Ravenel, Curtis B. Inabinit Sr. Flags in Georgia have been lowered to honor the memory of Deputy Ty Brown of the Crisp County Sheriff's Office, who died in the line of duty. Flags in Indiana have been lowered to honor the memory of Tell City Police Sergeant Heather J. Glenn, who died in the line of duty. Flags in Alabama have been lowered to honor the memory of Officer Carlos Edward Jamal Taylor of the Montgomery Police Department. Flags in Tennessee have been lowered to honor the memory of former Senator Roy Herron. Flags in Arkansas have been lowered to honor the memory of longtime state elected official Charlie L. Daniels. Flags in Florida have been lowered to honor the memory of former 2nd Judicial Circuit Judge James Jimmy Hankinson. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. At Legacy.com, any family can publish an obituary in honor of a loved one's memory online and in local newspapers everywhere. Just visit Legacy.com and select your local community. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths.